Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm just hopping on here to give a current energy update for the collective. I have been a little absent on here with the weekly energy forecast for the last 2 weeks as I was in the last final preparation stages of launching the mystery school. Hi, Kath. And also launching the membership within the mystery school as well. So I just want to quickly run over the membership, guys, and the mystery school, give you kind of an update what's going on ever since I have stopped doing personal readings, and then I'm going to get stuck into a bunch of messages that have already been coming through before I even started this live. So the mystery school is called Into the Fire, and if you're not sure what a mystery school is, there is a lot of history around it, but basically it's for your soul's growth. It's a metaphysical school. So think of it like, I keep saying like Hogwarts, but not quite, but kind of like that, right? Like learning about magic, learning about different things within the esoteric world and within the spiritual world and your spiritual path. But that is really to help your growth, and to help with transformation, and to help with your evolution and growth of your soul and you, the individual. So with the first release of the mystery school, I have launched a membership that is specifically designed for women. It is for the women who are ready to step into the journey of self-discovery and deep transformation. They've decided to stop living leaving life up to fate and ready to take those reins, take back their power, step into the fire, burn all that is not them, all that is been holding them back, and be reborn into their most liberated and authentic self. So if you are interested in this, the membership is a monthly subscription of $20.99 a month. And in this membership, we have monthly full moon workshops, okay, to help you specifically, because I love working with the full moon. I've been working with the full moon for years. And so working with the full moon helps with transformation, it helps with healing, it helps with releasing, and it's also for manifesting. So I'm going to have these included within the membership. These I sell alone as a separate offer, alone for $11.99. So that's already included in the membership. That's $20.99. So I'll have the monthly full moon workshops, Zoom lives as well. I'm going to be organizing the first Zoom live within the membership soon. Spirits told me it's going to be a journey into the heart. I have a feeling there'll be at least 3 or 4 lives based on this. So no, it's going to be really special, really healing, really powerful as well. There's a lot of intuitive development in there. There is so much content to already dive into, but to take it slow, it's self-paced. You don't have to rush or overwhelm yourself. This membership is not designed for escapism. It is not for anyone looking to be rescued. I want people to get on there, to learn what they need to learn, to consume what they need to consume, to ask the questions they want to ask, to connect with other like-minded souls, but then go back to their day, implement what they're learning, and get back on with life as well, because that's really important to have the balance and not to use these kind of platforms and kind of memberships, things like that, as escapism. So again, with intuitive development, learning everything about intuitive development, there's already so much content in there around this, with learning of all around intuition, but also opening and discovering your own unique intuitive gifts, your own psychic abilities, learning how to use them. There's different tools in there as well of how to tap into them, activate them, strengthen them, explore them, and all in a really safe and fun way. You will learn the 101 basics of protection and safety for when we go in connecting with spirit and other realms and things like that. So there's also a library with meditations and energy clearings. Okay, these are all channeled. All of them are channeled. We have a whole section 2 on shadow work and healing. Okay, learning on how to actually do shadow work. This is something that I get asked about a lot. It's such a deep topic with so many different layers that it's difficult to kind of create one post or one video about it. So I've created a whole section around this as well that I'll continue adding more into as each month progresses as well. So there'll be constantly new content coming in. There's also going to be monthly channeled updates for members only, so exclusively for members plus more. This is a safe space, okay? There's a community element in here. It's all on the one platform. I went with Thinkific if you're familiar with them. And so it's all on the one platform. There's no spam. There's no like mess. It's really easy to navigate, and again, just consume what you want to consume and then get back on with your day, because we don't always have a lot of time. The videos too are set as shorter videos as well. So you can just watch like a 5-10 minute video and then go back to your day, come back the next day or later in the day, and consume the next one as well. And you can track your progress, which is really exciting. So that's what's in the membership. Again, it's designed for women to help with transformation, to help with healing, to help with letting go of patterns, letting go of limiting beliefs, all of that kind of stuff as well. So $20.99 a month. And as the founders, the founding members too, this will be the price that you stay at. Okay, so this will be the price that you come in and stay at, regardless of how many times that I do increase the price down the track. With the Mystery School, the next thing that I will have released within the Mystery School is a intuitive tarot course. This will be a self-paced intuitive tarot course, learning on how to read tarot intuitively. So I'm really excited about that. I've done tarot school before, but I used to do that live. So within a live group course. Now I'm doing it as self-paced, so the price will be much cheaper as well. And then, yeah, you can purchase that, and there'll be more things to come within the Mystery School too. So thank you for everyone's support. Thank you to those who have already joined the membership. It's been so great to welcome you in. I've got 6 beautiful souls from all around the world, different parts of the globe within the community, and I look forward to inviting and welcoming so many more of you into it. With that said, let's get started into this energy update. Hi Shannon, how you going? Okay, deep breath. Okay, there's a couple things that I'm hearing here. The first is I keep hearing bringing light to those around you. Okay, bringing light to those around you. So you may be a healer, you may do work that I do, you may be a teacher, you may be a mother, it doesn't matter, right? So it could be you bringing light into your work in whatever form of way that is, bringing light into the world, to your friends, to your family around you. What I'm hearing though is to remember that this is always a inside job to begin with, okay? So as we work through the shadow, as we work through our healing, we bring more and more light throughout our entire being that then just shines out. But I am hearing that it's like be the light, be the light. I'm also getting a white owl and an eagle, okay? So these could be specific signs for you, okay? The white owl white owl for me has been around a lot, like throughout the last few years for me, but around a lot lately. So this could be for me, but I feel like it is for someone else here too. And with the eagle, have a look into the spiritual meaning of these particular animals, okay, as well. Hi Amanda. And but with the eagle too, I always think of this as like looking at things from a higher perspective, right? So looking at taking that bird's eye view of what's currently going on in your life, currently going on with what is happening within work, within relationships, with whatever it is, your health. And sometimes we can get really, really overwhelmed when we feel like we've got a lot going on, like a lot on our plate. And it's best to like bring ourselves up, okay, that eagle view, and then just pinpoint what is the most important thing for you to focus on right now. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at the moment, this is the message for you to do. Another one here is that a lot of you are on this path of really starting to discover more of who you are. And with this, you're discovering your own gifts. Okay, so remember, every soul has their own unique gifts to experience and to share within this lifetime. Okay, we all have them, and I'm still uncovering new gifts about my soul's journey all the time. But there is something specific here about walking a new path that feels like it's very, very, very like, I don't want to use the word enlightened, but it's coming through, but like a really deep path of devotion to self, devotion to your spiritual path, devotion to your spiritual practices. And you're putting more time into this, and this is helping you uncover a gift that has not been known to you. But this gift will expand a lot in your life, okay? It will help create something new. This could be an intuitive gift, okay? So like a psychic ability, an intuitive ability. This could be a healing gift. This could be, look, so many different things. You could unlock the wisdom within your soul, and you find yourself all of a sudden picking up a pen and writing down things that you're just like, holy shit, didn't know how much wisdom was within me that I need to share, or I didn't realize I was so good at writing. And you might decide to, I'm hearing like write a book as well, okay? So really getting into writing at the moment. Hi, Holly. Okay, so that's coming into fruition, okay? So that's starting to begin to manifest. I keep hearing fire and air as well, okay? You might have a lot of fire in your chart, air in your chart, or you might be wanting to work with those elements. I'm hearing candle magic. Some of you might do candle magic. Stop holding yourself back and take one small step of action, okay? The smallest step, the smallest decision, the smallest bit of action can really open up a lot of things that maybe you weren't expecting, or can really help shift things, like move the needle. And a lot of the times I find for me that moving the needle within somewhere in my life comes from taking small little steps. They don't have to be big leaps. They don't have to be massive action steps. It can just be something really small. You might be wanting to create a new health routine, for example, and rather than like being like, okay, I'm going to cut this out and cut this out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to create like this massive morning routine for myself, an evening routine. All wonderful, all great, will really, really help you, but get the fundamentals down first. So start small, then add from there. If we put in too much, sometimes it becomes overwhelming. There are a few people in my life who I know will say, I feel like they're the rarer people, who are like all in or nothing kind of people, regardless if it's something self-destructive or something really amazing for them, okay? That's literally how they are. That's not me. I'm kind of like the small steps kind of person. I see the bigger picture, I see where I want to go, but I tend to take more of the small steps while listening to the guidance that comes along. How are you guys going, by the way? How's things? How are you feeling? I'm feeling so much better today. I tell you, I had a long weekend here and just so drained from it. It was fun, but I'm so drained from it. Yesterday, I was just exhausted. But also last week, getting the membership in mystery school organized, I was up to sometimes 5:30 in the morning getting all that ready to just finally get it out there. So I'm looking forward just to grounding my energy and bringing myself right down, taking care of myself, sleeping better. Oh, Kath, sending love with feeling overwhelmed. It's a big energy to feel, isn't it? But I send you so much love, okay? So much love. Look at that. Look what just flipped out. Kath, I feel like this is like a little message for you. And of course, if anyone else has resonates with it, take it. But we have breakthrough, okay? And underneath that, no expectation. So just know that the key will come, the key will arrive, which will create the breakthrough, okay? Help with transformation, help with change. But just release any sort of expectations of how you think, like how it should happen, in what way it should happen, etc. And just trust, okay? But I'm getting breakthrough there. All right, let's see what comes out here. Anyone else who resonates with that message, take it. Look, I just flipped back out. So yeah, not only was this one for Kath, but this is for a lot of other people too. So you might be feeling this, okay, as well. But a breakthrough is coming. And sometimes that requires us to take a little bit of action, okay, a small step. Sometimes it requires us to sit back and know that we've done everything in our control, and we just have to just wait for the next step to arrive, that we can see on what action to take, or, you know, again, waiting for some news, things like that. Shannon and Kat, I'll take it. Good. Take it. Okay, what else here, please? And then come on now. We have a victory. The unknown can feel really overwhelming. I've been there many times. It can feel scary. It can feel overwhelming. It can make us feel really anxious, very ungrounded, okay, really out of our body. If anyone is feeling that, do some mindfulness practices. So mindfulness is basically bringing yourself back into the body, bringing your awareness into the body. So you can do, like, it doesn't have to be just, yeah, look, meditation and yoga, things like that are great. Nature's great. But it can be as simple as sitting down and eating food, okay? So eating your meal with no distractions and actually being like, what textures am I feeling? Or what like am I tasting? Like really focusing on the senses that brings you into the body. These are ways that we can really ground, okay? But victory though, victory is here. Birds are also, and it's interesting, I had an owl come through, an eagle come through before, and now we have this bird. I don't know what it is, but we have this bird. And birds represent to me always communication and messengers, okay? So this can come from physical form from somebody, or this can come from your intuition, or it come from spirit. But on the bottom though, which I had before, but I shuffled, but it said nourishment while waiting. So while you're waiting on news, or while you're waiting for things to shift, okay, nourish your mind, nourish your body, nourish your spirit. That's what I'm really hearing though, nourish your spirit. And we have on the bottom here, prayers answered. Okay, so that's really, really beautiful. All right, let's see what else we can get here. Okay. Yeah, another freaking bird. We've got a couple here. But anyway, we have High Priest, okay, intend and create. This is the unlocking the wisdom, that inner wisdom that I was talking about before, where you might really just start finding yourself just unlocking all this stuff that you didn't realize was inside you, and you're tapping into that. It is already within you. So, and I know that is so cliche, and we hear it all the time, but it's because it's true, right? We hear it all the time because it's actually true. It is within you. Learning to clear out the shadows, learning to work through the onion, like the layers of healing, without getting caught in the hamster wheel or not having fun, you know, on the journey. That's really important to do, have fun on the journey. But by peeling back those layers, we create a much clearer channel and connection to our inner guide, to our soul, to our intuition. This clear channel makes life a lot easier, okay? It doesn't make it perfect, doesn't make everything completely easy, but it makes it easier than when we are disconnected from it, okay? But intend and create, so like, look, if you're intending to create something for yourself, but you're sitting back and not taking the action you need to, if you're procrastinating, take action. Procrastination doesn't mean you're lazy. It just means that there's a bit of self-sabotage coming through there, something in the subconscious that is like, don't do that. That's not safe. You will fail. Or what happens if you succeed? And then you get all this responsibility, like so many things, okay? So don't procrastinate, take action. The other one here I have is moon. Take note of intuitive hits. Okay, working with the moon cycles, always great. I love working with the moon cycles. It's actually something I'm going to be teaching within the membership too, on how to actually work with the moon and the moon cycles, so not just full moon workshops. Again, here, this all comes down to what helps with transformation. So taking note of intuitive hits, what are you receiving? Silencing the mind. Does that mean that the mind is completely silent and we don't like hear anything, you know, of our own thoughts? No. I mean, there are some people out there who can experience that. Good for them. I'm not one of them. But we can quieten the mind enough that we can go, no, I know what that is. I'm just going to shut that over here for a moment and I'm just going to connect, okay? But listening to those intuitive hits and taking action from there, taking steps from there. Your action right now, might be like preparation and planning, right? It might literally be sitting down and organizing a strategy. We have great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. We have the dove here, freedom, peace. Again, messenger. Okay. Letting go. Letting go of the need to control. Okay. Yes, we do have, we can take control of the reins and create the life that we want, but it's a co-creation process, right? But when we try to control a situation to manipulate the energy, that doesn't mean manipulation in a bad, evil way, but just manipulate the energy so that we feel safe, we just create a lot of resistance, okay? And we create a lot of frustration for ourselves and we end up causing ourselves a tower moment. So learning to release control, it's not super easy. Sometimes we have experiences from childhood where things were out of our control. We may have grown up in a chaotic household. We may have experienced something that was out of our control. And because of being a child, we weren't able to, fix that or whatever, okay? And so that can cause us as adults to try and really control narratives and control situations when we just need to learn on how to kind of release some of that and let go. But learning from the spiritual experiences too, once you learn something, once you've learned your lesson, let that go. Don't go back into the cycle of repeating the lesson thinking, oh, there's something else I can learn here, something I can learn here. That's the trap of the hamster wheel with healing. We don't want to do that. Hi, Alexis. So by just releasing and letting go of the experience when the lesson is learned, you will experience a lot more growth than getting back on the hamster wheel and going back around again. Okay? It's never too fun. Okay. What else here? Some of you might come across a new teacher in the spiritual world, okay, to really help you. This could be someone online. This could be someone in person. If you've been thinking about going to a circle, a retreat, something like that, some sort of event within the spiritual path, spiritual world, listen to that. Go to it, okay? When I've felt that intuitive hit before and I've gone, something happened in that would end up, felt small at the time, but would end up being a huge part of my journey to get me to where I am now. So pay attention to that. Another one here though is to not put teachers, to not put spiritual leaders, coaches, healers, whatever, on a pedestal, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that you can only access the information through them. That is just the biggest spiritual ego bullshit that I see so often in this community. And so be really mindful of people who place themselves on those pedestals, but also some people don't place themselves on a pedestal, but we easily put them on a pedestal. And this might not even be a teacher, a leader. This could be someone in our life, a friend, a family member, whatever, a partner. We don't want to do that either. Okay, no, I'm going to go straight to... A lot of energy coming through. Okay. Working with the power of the rose, specifically red roses. This may not be for everyone, okay? This may be the fact that if you, if I say that and you go, oh, interesting, or you go, oh my God, that's for me. Okay, have a look online around the red rose and how to work with the red rose. This is specifically connected to Mary Magdalene. That's who's dropped on in, okay? But working with the power of the rose. especially when opening up the feminine and connecting to the feminine, okay, within us. And we all have it, male, female, we all have it, but sometimes we really suppress that, okay? Opening back up to that, going on a deeper journey of that, okay? So just past the superficial level of it, like affirmations, etc., self-love, it's all great, but we need to go deeper in order to see real growth and real transformation. Some of you are carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, so you might again be feeling really stressed, overwhelmed. This could be carrying other people's emotions, but this could also be suppressed emotions. We tend to hold a lot of our past traumas or emotions that we suppress in the body, and we tend to hold it in the shoulders, okay, the top of the shoulders, maybe the shoulder blades, but also the hips. Hips are a big one too. So massage, acupuncture, even like hip movements and stretching, things like yin yoga, all great for helping release those emotions. And don't judge what comes up. Sometimes when we connect and we, you know, like look, for example, I've been in a yin yoga class before, and I've heard people cry during stretches, and after they're like, oh my god, I had no idea what just happened, and the teacher's like, no, it's normal. What's happening is that you've got suppressed emotions there that are coming up and they're being released. So allow that to flow through. I'm getting chills when I talk about this, so I feel like that must be for somebody. Okay. Strength 1 and 2. We if you're watching over on YouTube, by the way, this replay, and you like my stuff, please feel free to subscribe, like. Also feel free to share this live after you've watched it if it resonates with you, or you just want to share it, okay, whatever you want to. Right. I'll be back next week with my regular posting schedule too. All right, so we have the Strength card here, we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. And don't run from your responsibilities. Okay, it's okay to take a break from them every now and then, but don't run from them. Don't... Okay, watch the nervous system. Nervous system work is so vital. Like, I wish someone taught me fucking nervous system work when I was a child. I wish it was taught in primary school, okay? Just like elementary school for some of you. Okay, I wish it was taught in high school. Oh my God, would my life have been so much easier in so many ways? So I like teach my daughter's nervous system work. But nervous system work is so vital. So because sometimes when we're living in that survival mode, we're in that constant fight, flight, fawn, okay, whatever it is. It's exhausting. It's so fucking exhausting, and it can keep us like in a almost like a paralysis, right? Like just not wanting to move or completely running away from really good things for us. You know, you might have a great love that comes in, but it's just so overwhelming to our nervous system, and we don't know how to regulate the nervous system that we can run from it. You know, this can come down to so many things, business, you know, life, health, whatever it is. Kath, I'm such a fan, YouTube and on IG. Oh, thanks, Kath. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. We have the Knight of Cups here too, like taking yourself out on a date, okay? Looking after yourself. Sure, this can be around love and, you know, maybe a romantic person coming in. Maybe you're expecting a message from someone, or you've been asked out on a date, you know, whatever. If that feels good for you, go for it. But really what's coming through here with this is like nurturing yourself. Like, go and take your, like, if you like to get your nails done, go and get your nails done. If you want to take yourself out for a dinner, take yourself out for a dinner. If you want to, you know, have a glass of red wine, put on some beautiful music and just, you know, enjoy your own company, go ahead and do that. Have a bath, like whatever feels good for you, but it's like romanticize yourself, okay? Like bring that love here, nurturing yourself too. Again, this really helps with, and thank you, this really helps with the regulating the nervous system, but I also just got pointed out to me, check out the red roses, okay? Check out the red roses. So again, I'm seeing like a bath being drawn with like red rose petals, okay? Some nice candles. You might have a romantic thing here, Dave, but I'm really feeling more in the sense of connecting with the self and connecting with the feminine. Taking a solo trip. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love a good solo trip. here. I'm going to do a longer energy update, guys, because I haven't done the weekly energy forecast in a couple of weeks. So we'll just keep getting messages really until Spirit says that's enough. Okay, what else, please? Okay, well, yeah, again, here we have, okay. We have the Knight of Swords showing up again. So just double amplifying the message that I had around the Knight of Swords. We also have the Three of Wands though. So going back to the beginning when I spoke about action, okay, and like seriously, like taking those small steps of action to move the needle leads to success, leads to whatever success looks like for you, right? But leads to moving the needle in your life. And this helps us bring in those manifestations that intend and create we got before as well, okay? Creating what it is for what you want. The alchemy, the working with the alchemy, and working again with fire and air, that keeps coming up, working with fire and air. So if you enjoy working with the elements, I recommend working with either both of those over the next couple of weeks, specifically over the next 7 days, or at least one of them. But the Three of Wands can also be that it's like the waiting game as well. So sometimes when we are waiting for something, it can feel really frustrating. And so that's like shifting the focus as well. Tapping into that inner strength, okay? That inner strength. Seven of Cups. This can be a card of feeling overwhelmed, right? Needing to make a decision, not sure which decision to make, just having like multiple options and being like, well, I don't freaking know which way to go. If that's you, just like write everything out. You could, if you want, do a freaking pros and cons list. Like there's no problem with that. It's just that it can sometimes help us kind of discern a little bit, or at least get a little bit more clearer as well. But with on the bottom of the deck here with the Devil, this can be, again, the procrastination can stop us from making a move or stop us from making a decision that we need to. And so we're procrastinating this. And that's in the form of self-sabotage, okay? This, you might even be feeling a little like of an entrapment. You might even be feeling trapped within your own emotions, trapped within a circumstance, feeling like you can't get out, feeling like you can't escape. This is where that breakthrough and victory comes back into play. And listening to those intuitive hits that I spoke about before, that will help you learn about what it is that you need to work through, what it is that you need to let go, and the steps that you can do that with, okay? Like, for example, a few months ago, I just kept feeling that there was emotional trauma still stuck in my... I've done a lot of work on myself over the last many years, but it's like I could still feel there was some emotions trapped in my body. And I just got this intuitive hit to try craniosacral. And I did my first session and it was fucking mind-blowing. It was incredible. And then I've just continually done it until no more. And I actually have my last session this Friday. And then that's it for me until I get the call again to do it. But it's just been so incredibly helpful. So listening to those intuitive hits on what it is that you're needing to let go and how to let go of it as well, because not everything's going to work for everybody, and there's going to be different ways of things that work for you. You might find that one thing works for you for now and it works for a little while and then it no longer works. So when it no longer works, drop it. It's not working for a reason. It's played its part, let it go, and then pick up something else, okay? Sometimes we're going to take a break in between too. That's important. Breaking in between healing. The High Priestess, again, which is like that with the High Priest before, with the Tend and Create, we have the High Priestess there too. So it's like that's the intuition, that's the psychic abilities, that's the deep knowing, that's the universal wisdom. Journaling, pros and cons list, but that deep spiritual wisdom. For some of you, you're really unlocking that, okay? The Hierophant is a very, very, very spiritual card. It's the spiritual path, it's spiritual wisdom, it's universal knowledge. Look, on the other traditional side of it, it can also be around commitments, it can be around traditions and things like that too. So you might even be looking at like old ancestral traditions of yours, you know, from where you come from initially, your ancestors, maybe even looking into the spiritual practices for that. Like for example, obviously here in Australia, I'm Caucasian, all my ancestry is from like Europe, and there's certain parts there, like Scotland, for example, and I'm really looking into the folk, like into the folklore over there and folk magic, and really looking into the ancestry around that and other parts too, and exploring that and bringing that even into some of my spiritual practices as a way to acknowledge and celebrate, you know, with the ancestry. Now, again, though, this like, if this resonates with you, take it. Pick up a pen, grab a notebook, and just start freaking writing. Don't even think about it. You can start with like, the sky is blue. I see like a wall in front of me, like whatever it is, and just keep going. And you're going to unlock something. Something's going to come through. It's like helping yourself get into like a bit of a trance, almost like a very meditative state. And then there's a message to come through. It's going to be from your soul, but it just wants to come through in that form. So if that resonates with you, go ahead and do that. But learning new knowledge as well, okay? So for some of you, you're going to be learning some new knowledge. And that could be in freaking whatever area, okay? It's also the energy of teaching. So again, I did speak before about coming across a new teacher. But you might even also be wanting to step into the role of teaching. And then that brings me back to the beginning when I spoke about like bringing like your light out, sharing your light with those around you. So you might be having a look at stepping into that role. All right, let me grab an oracle here. And then I think I'm going to grab one from Work Your Light Oracle. And then that might be it. Your inner power, accessing your inner power. Okay. Grounding the energy. You might work with Archangel Michael, okay? You might want to work with him. You just might want to talk to him, use a prayer or something like that. But this is the grounding. This is the safety. This is the security that we feel within us. And when we're not feeling that, we can go into all sorts of fear-based thoughts. We can go down a rabbit hole of spiral of fear, of stories, of, you know, all of that. And look, I've been there myself many times. So grounding the energy, important. Nourishing the body, important. Being present, important. Nervous system regulation, very important. And then we have, you know, accessing the inner power, the connection between our inner power and our heart, connecting the two, knowing that as we learn on how to bring ourselves into the body and tap into the body, this is something I'm going to be teaching in the live that Spirit wants me to do within the membership, with going into the heart space and accessing information there, okay, whether it's from our inner child, whether it's from Spirit, whether it's from a guide, whether it's from our soul, okay, our higher self, whatever, and accessing that, and then like through that, working through whatever might be blocking here, going into our inner power, and then just like poof, explosion of like light comes out. It's just this beautiful you stepping into your power. No more BS from like, no more putting up with BS from others around you. No more putting up with your own BS, okay? Like you're just done with it. You're ready to make change. You're ready to step forward. You're ready to step into your power, and you can do it. You can do it. You might have some fear along the way. All good. Again, learn to ground, learn to be present in your body, and learn nervous system regulation practices. I spoke about some of those before, but another really good one is like breath work, for example. It can just be as simple as being present with the meal that you're eating, okay? And really paying attention to the senses as you're doing so. Then also with the working with the power of the rose that came through before, again, really connected to the feminine energy, it's bringing me to the womb space. Now, let me be really clear here. When I talk about the womb space, I'm talking about an energetic space, so not like physical within the body, okay? So in other words, even if you don't have a physical womb, you still got a womb space, okay? But it's like bringing your awareness into there. Some of you actually, there might be some healing to be done there as well. You can do that through energy healing. Things like craniosacral can be great for that. We can tend to hold a lot of emotional trauma there, especially if you experienced different forms of abuse in your past as well. But it's also our creativity, okay? It's our life force energy. It's creation. It's creation. Regulating the nervous system, grounding the energy, being present in the body, connected to the heart, stepping into the power, allows for creation, allows for birth, okay? Which is really, really, really beautiful. So that might all sound really overwhelming. Well, fuck, that sounds like a lot to do. Just take one small step, one piece of action to move the needle, okay? And just do it like that. Take that bird's eye view like I spoke about at the beginning, and pinpoint on what is most important at the moment, okay? Like what do I need to start on first? And don't overthink it. Connect and ask yourself, ask your body, where do I need to start first? You might hear something, you might see something, you might just know and feel something, okay? You might literally feel a sensation in your body, but you also might just have like a really deep inner knowing. It'll come through different for everyone. Walking away though, yes, walking away from what doesn't serve you, right? But also walking away from an old chapter that's closing out. You are walking away from it, and you're just about to go through the gate where you can close that gate and walk into the new. Okay, so this is a 27, which comes to a 9, which is nearing the end of a cycle, okay? Something coming to an end. It's not quite here yet, but it's coming to an end. So if there's still something that you need to let go of, this could be just letting go of the control, okay? And just letting the situation unfold organically. That will bring through transformation, but just have a look. I love this. I love this artwork here, okay? We have, I think these are like 2 white butterflies, which also can represent money and abundance and prosperity too, but you know, transformation too, metamorphosis. Okay, you see the vines growing up here, so it's like she's done so much growth. There's nothing really, like, as in so much growth within this chapter she's been in. There's nothing left to do, and it's just time to move forward. And she's got this look on her face. It's not sadness, it's not concern, it's not fear. It's just like, yeah, I did that and I'm ready for the next part, right? I'm ready to move forward, and that's really, really beautiful. So if you can have a look at that, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just lovely. And you see here, like with the cherry blossoms, springtime, starting to like she's blossoming, her world's blossoming. This is also bringing me back to like the temple path, that really deep devotion, spiritual path that I feel like a lot of you are starting to go down. And this will look different for everybody. And a devotional path doesn't mean that we step away from our human experience. It doesn't mean we can't go out and enjoy a couple of margaritas or martinis, or go, you know, do whatever, like the most mundane human stuff. That's all a part of the journey as well. And that's really important to keep that in mind, so we don't disassociate, okay? That can easily happen. For some people, it can be a trap that some people fall into on the spiritual path, where it's just kind of like, oh my god, earth sucks, get me out of here, and I just want to go home, and I want to go to the 5D, and I want to hang out here. That just look, I get it, but it causes disassociation. And when we're disassociated, we become disconnected from our soul. When we're disconnected from our soul, we can't hear our intuition. This is also where I'm not going to go into it. This is also where the stuff can happen that just isn't really good. So, or you might not perceive it to be good anyway. So, grounding the energy and remembering that when you're on that path, when you're on the temple path, the spiritual path, the soul's journey, that includes all of the human parts of it as well. It's not separate, it's together. And it's about bringing the two together and understanding that any separation you feel there is illusion. And it's easy to tell ourselves that, but to actually believe it and embody that takes some work and takes some time. And for some, it'll be a little bit difficult than others, and that's okay, because everyone's on their own unique individual journey and no path is better than another. We're on our own timelines, etc. And so we should just be supporting one another through each and everyone's journey. Okay, I might scrap one from here, and I think that might be it. Yeah, beautiful. I'm going to go straight to the bottom though. We have protection. First of all, know that you are heavily protected. Okay, heavily protected. But calling back your power, cutting the cords, and soul retrieval. Some of you may have done a soul retrieval or been thinking about doing a soul retrieval. If that's you, you can find someone to help you with that. You can even do it yourself. Just if you do find someone to help you with that, you just want to make sure you're working with someone of high integrity, okay? That's very, very, very grounded. Very grounded. Okay, but calling back your power, if you've been giving your power away to something, call it back. It's as simple as I call my power back from this person. I call my power back from this situation. I take it back. And then unhook the energy between you and that situation, you and that person. It is as simple as that, okay? It literally is. It's really as simple as that. Cutting cords as well. So doing a cord cutting ceremony, unhooking cords. There's so many different ways that you can do that. This is all the stuff that I teach in the membership. Okay, we also have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Okay, that healing that I've been talking about here too, the nervous system regulation. Oh my gosh. Sleep is so important for the nervous system too. Now I get it. Some people struggle with sleep. Some may have children that also struggle to sleep. So I understand that. But if you can at least just try and get yourself on a really good sleep routine, there's a real sleep pattern. I'm taking note of this for myself as well. That really helps with the nervous system regulation too. It helps with a clear mind. Okay, it really helps with a clear mind as well. But also it's bringing me to the Knight of Cups energy that we had before about like taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, like taking yourself out on a date, okay? Taking yourself out on a date, spoiling yourself. It doesn't have to be in the form of material. It can be if you want to, and it can be in other ways. And again, working with the power of the rose, the message from Mary Magdalene before, and stepping into that feminine and really that water element too, the water element of flow, of emotion, of release, of cleanse, okay, of cleansing. Oh, I'm seeing like a foot bath, okay? So you can just even get yourself like a bucket or a bowl of some sort and some, like warm water. You could put some herbs in there, again, the red rose petals. But if you do put herbs in there, things like lavender, chamomile, I'm hearing rosemary as well. You can put a little bit of essential oil in there. Just make sure all of it is organic. None of it is yucky pesticides and shit like that, okay? Or really unethical. Just don't buy your essential oils from bloody like Kmart or Target. But adding those things into the water, even some like Himalayan salt, and then just placing your feet in there and doing like a ritual. You could say some words. You can envision the energy clearing. You could envision a cleansing. It's like a feet washing. It's like a feet washing. It's like I'm seeing someone get their feet washed. So you could do something like that. You could, you don't even have to say anything or whatever. It can just be sitting there and breathing, sitting there and being present. Get off your phone. You might even just want to pick up a nice book. That's fine. But just stay off social media or anything like that while you're on there, or work. No work. No work when you're doing this, okay? This is you time. It's really important. Okay, we also have Council of Light, divine orchestration and helpers in the subtle realms. So while you're waiting for news, while you're waiting for things to come together, while you're waiting for the next step, if you don't know what it is yet, if you do, take the action. If you don't, just like rest. Again, this nervous system work, right? Like this just keeps coming through at the moment. But with this here, this is, look at this. Look at all the help you got, okay? sometimes when we feel like the universe is ignoring us, our spirit guides have just gone on vacation to freaking Greece somewhere, okay? I'm jealous, wish I was, but anyway, it's like we can feel that way at times, and we can feel disconnected, and we're like, where did that connection go? It was so strong like a month ago. Now, where did it go? Sometimes there is a feeling of that disconnection. Remember, it's illusion, okay? Like, we're always connected, we're always protected. But sometimes we actually feel that. And sometimes it's like we're meant to feel it, because if we rely too much on connecting with spirit and always receiving messages that way, or we rely too much on, watching readings online, and I know it's probably sounds funny coming from me, but like watching one every now and then is fine. But if we're like watching, if we watch like 10 a day, it's just takes us away from our intuition. So when we start to become disconnected. And so sometimes when we feel that disconnection, it's so that we can step back and connect to ourselves, okay? Connect back into the body, connect to the intuition, connect to the soul, and realize and learn that all the wisdom that we seek, whether it's through a teacher in the physical realm, a spiritual leader in the physical realm, podcasts, lives, whatever, already resides within us. And that is what makes a good teacher, okay? A good teacher, a good healer, a good coach, a good mentor teaches and shows you a way, gives you tools, etc., helps you, but at the end of the day teaches you and shows you that all of the power is within you, and that eventually it's important that you graduate from that teacher. So there's no codependency that is created, and I tend to see that a lot sometimes in this community. And so it's really important that you find those people and work with those people that go, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to watch you grow and help along and guide along with your evolution and growth. But at the end of the day, it's all within you. And at some point, I want to see you graduate from my teachings. Okay. I'm always like that with my students, no matter what. I want to see you graduate from my teachings. Okay. Because that means you've learned what you needed to learn, and you've grown and you've evolved and you're ready to move to your next level. And then maybe you still come along the ride with me, or maybe you find someone else, you come across someone else. Maybe you just are on the journey yourself from now on, with people around you, but you know what I mean? And that's important, okay? So it's always important to work with people like that and not place teachers, spiritual leaders, coaches, healers, etc. on a pedestal, and be mindful of anyone who does place themselves on that pedestal, because that's just spiritual ego, all right? That's also another form of disconnection from the soul, because the soul doesn't crave to be seen as spiritual. Soul's not like, oh, please see me as spiritual. I need people to validate that. It's like, no, we don't need anyone to validate that, okay? So when you see people aggressively like that, just be mindful. Just use your discernment. I think maybe everyone can go through a bit of that journey at some point, and that's okay, but okay. Door to personal healing and happiness. I love this, okay? Opening new doors. Rainbows to me are always a message of miracles. We also have lilies here as well. And on top of that, we have another dove, okay? So we had the dove before with great teacher. So you're learning through your spiritual experiences, you're learning through your life experiences, your human experiences, and that's creating this doorway of a lot of personal healing and happiness. And how fucking beautiful is that? But be patient with yourself along the journey. Be patient with yourself as you grow, as you evolve. Take time away from the self-improvement too at times, or just, it doesn't have to be constantly going on. It's just being patient with yourself, though. If you find yourself right now in a period or a time in your life of a lot of growth, a lot of healing, a lot of shadow work, maybe just difficulty in your life, and you just like, what the fuck is going on, right? Be really patient with yourself. This is also a card of divine timing. Not everyone's favorite, okay, but it's a card of divine timing, and that's where that counsel of light comes into, that you've got the helpers in the subtle realms. You've got spirit helping you. Sometimes our human self cannot see how things are going to play out. Therefore, it's just about letting go of that control, giving that to the universe, giving that to spirit, knowing you've done everything that you possibly can in your power, in your control, letting the rest go, and then watch the universe like reorganize things behind the scenes. Sometimes when we want something to be ready, it's not ready because what is going to be so fucking amazing for us might include someone else, right? It might include your like life partner, for example, that you're wanting to manifest. And you know, just like, oh, I wonder when this person's going to come in. And then you finally meet that person and you find that person has been on their own journey of growth. And you look back and you go, I wish I met you earlier, but there is no way we could have met earlier, right? So if it includes somebody else, or like more than one people, then that is why sometimes things can take longer, okay? It's like you might be wanting to manifest your dream home and you're just like, when is my dream home? Or like you go for something that you think you really like and then you don't get it. But then all of a sudden like things shift, and it's because your dream home just came on the market. So that house that you wanted, Spirit's like, oh no, there's something way better for you and it's coming. So trust the process and be really patient, okay, through it. Okay, I think that is it. I think that's enough messages. I hope that you enjoyed this live. Again, if you're interested in the membership, you can just go to the link in my bio or go to intothefiremysteryschool.com. All the information is there and you can join there also. And I will have more for the Mystery School soon with a tarot school, a self-paced tarot course on how to read tarot intuitively. This is a great way to learn how to tap into the intuition and also connect with spirit. And then I'll be doing group courses, things like that too. So I'm really, really excited to be doing that. But next up will be the Tarot School. And then currently I have the membership for women designed for self-discovery and deep transformation and taking your power back and just creating what it is that you want, okay? So thank you everyone for joining. Thanks Kath, thanks Alexis. I appreciate you guys and I appreciate everyone else who has joined and those who have watched the replay. Again, feel free to share this, a like as well, comment if it resonates, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment there too. And if you want to join the Mystery School membership, link is in my bio on Instagram or intothefiremysteryschool.com, or on YouTube, just check the description box below, the link will be there. Send you guys so much love and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.